sometimes you have to step away from what you love to find out why you loved it, don't you?
Both of your characters are going through it at the beginning of this second season. You were going through a lot at the end of last season as well. Danielle, I'll start with you. Lan, at the beginning of season 2, the love of his life is left. He's kind of lost his bond. Where is he mentally?
Well, he's kind of up against it, isn't he? He's been in this relationship with Moraine that's been like a marriage for decades, and they've been on this journey together, and they have this same mission, same goal. And then she's dramatically altered. The bond is altered. Things have changed, and there's secrets out there, and there's trust issues, and which will permeate the entire show with different characters as well this season. But I think it's a good time for him to ask some serious questions. It's a sort of a second kind of formative period for Lan, being an orphan and having his parents killed and all of that, and Moraine being his rock. Now he's without any of that. So it's a good chance for him to ask questions and spend some time really finding himself. So it's a journey season for Lan.
Yeah, and I've seen sort of the beginning of the season, and she's not handling it very well.
No, no.
So Madeleine, Egwene is going through it too. Like, again, love of her life left. But she's now, in training, but her training doesn't look like it's what she thought it was. Am I correct?
You've hit the nail on the head. I mean, look, I think similarly to what Daniel was saying, all of our characters have sort of lost their power. Whether that be the power that they find in other people or the power of, the one power. Everyone is quite lost and is looking for a sense of purpose and meaning. And Egwene is certainly feeling that as well. She thought that she would come to the White Tower and she would succeed up the ranks, and, her life would be just as mapped out as she perfectly mapped out as she planned. And it's been the opposite of that. She's feeling really lost. She's grieving, the loss of innocence and what was, and also the loss of her boyfriend. So, I think it's been really interesting to sit with these characters and see them have these very human moments.
How does she navigate sort of the politics of the Aes Sedai, magic realm, as well as living at the tower?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think her attitudes and perspective of the White Tower and the Aes Sedai has shifted dramatically. In season 1, we see her being really fascinated and enthralled with Moraine, and she certainly was a mentor to her, like Nynaeve was. Now that she's at the White Tower, seeing the social hierarchies and structures, she's not really about it. I think, the maid life isn't really suiting her too well. And I think the rose tinted glasses have certainly cracked a bit. And it's interesting to see the parallels between the White Tower and the Aes Sedai with, say, other institutions and other militaries that are introduced in the series. So, she's certainly an idealist. And I think the fact that, her perspective of the White Tower in the world, the fact that that's fractured is really disorientating and distressing for her.
Wow. Daniel, will Lan ever heal his relationship with Moraine?
Well, I can't give too much away, but I'd have confidence they will at some point find each other. They have a deep connection, and generally those don't go away easily. But I think it's important for both characters, like I said before, that they're on this journey. Sometimes you have to step away from what you love to find out why you loved it, don't you? I think it's a very important thing, and it helps with perspective. And there's also, what I like about the season is we dive into the warder culture a bit. So you find him actually turning to his fellow confidants in the warder world, and Tomas, who's a little older than Lan, which it's nice to see that dynamic, and it helps him to sort of find perspective on what's happening. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I think it's quite possible.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is a great season. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.